Pillagers show. Chris4Raiders, oh. Raider Nation chasing, oh. Pillaging just for Sundays, oh. Me and Chris, we don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. When it comes to this Raider content, we don't miss. Raider Nation, we don't miss.
Good morning. Good Sunday morning to Raider Nation and any other football fans out there. This is a Sunday morning pillaging show featuring me, Chris4Raiders, and of course, Raider Jason, who will be here shortly. He's taking care of his dad duties. He'll be in a minute. Just like to welcome you to Sunday morning. Glad you guys can show up. Let's see who's here right now. We had Jackson in the house. What's up, Jack? Rosetown, my boy, my main man, Frank Weber. So today's topic is like we need to draft a quarterback, and we all know we do. We need a quarterback for the future because we know Geno Smith is on here for 3 years, if that. But my main concern is not only a quarterback, which we should have been drafting for some time now, to draft a quarterback, see if he works out. I always say draft a quarterback every year or every other year and see what happens. But we haven't. But the main concern is we can draft a quarterback all we want, but we got to fix that offensive line. Have to fix the offensive line. We have to draft some guys that can block or can block, not get pushed back. Geno Smith failures is not that he's throwing an interception, which we know he is, but when you hike the ball and the defensive lines are in the backfield, your time is short. So he has to force balls in, or whatever he does. He does stare down receivers, which you need to stop doing. And then offensive weapons, we have offensive weapons if he gets the ball to him. I know Thornton had been looking good. We thought he'll be that guy because he has the speed. But apparently he has soft hands. I don't know what's wrong with why he can't catch the ball. Well, that's my desk shaking. But, he's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. Besh has not been in the game at all and made an impact on the game at all. I don't really see him making a big catch. He did make impact on the other game with a penalty after a good run by Genty. But other than that, he has not made a positive impact on his team yet. Because I said when they drafted Besh, I said, oh, that's Jacoby Myers' replacement. And sure enough, that's what we thought. But it hasn't turned out that way yet. Quarterback, yeah. We need a quarterback. We need a quarterback that can, if it breaks down, he can get out the pocket and he can take off and run. That's the trend in NFL now. No more pocket quarterback where you stand back there and throw the ball. It's more or less, if it breaks down, I'm running. Or the quarterback draw. We haven't had a quarterback that do that in, quite some time. We do need offensive line. We do need a quarterback. Probably, let's see, Charlie Gunn said wide receiver. Yeah, probably need some wide receivers too. We need something out there that will threaten the defense. We do have Brock Bowers, but you know what happened with Brock Bowers is that teams going like, well, that's the only guy they can throw to. So what they're going to do, they're going to blanket him every step of the way, whether he's out on the route or he's out or he's blocking. They still going to watch him. So, we need a lot of things. It's not just a quarterback that's going to come here and save our team. It's going to take more than that. So, let's see here. Charlie Gunn says linebacker. Yeah, we can use the linebackers or two. We just signed the guy up the other day. He played for 2 or 3 teams. And I don't know if he's gonna. They haven't put the roster out for Monday yet. Who's gonna play? Who's what they call it, a healthy scratch? We don't know. I don't know yet. So they put that out to the last minute. All teams do that. So hold on a minute here. Here we go. So what do you guys think? Draft a quarterback, and we do draft a quarterback. Which quarterback you like? Because I watched all the college teams, and I think quarterbacks coming out. I don't see anybody really jump at me. You know, a lot of people are talking about Ty Simpson. He didn't have a great game yesterday. I mean, he was decent, but he had a great game. Let's see here. There we go. All right. So I don't know. That's right. To me, red football means threatening every inch of the field, and they haven't done that yet. Let's see, who's Biscuits and Gravy, nice name. Random question: do you think we are going to lose Max? No, probably not now. We should have. If they want to trade him, they should have did it earlier. Could did last year because Detroit was interested in him. We could have more picks. We could have probably a number 2 pick this year. But now don't look like it. And I think Max Crosby is the face of the Raiders. You know, he's that, and he is a draw for the Raider Nation. I don't think Mark Davis want to lose their big ticket guy. No, not enough, because I don't think Mark Davis really care that much about, you know, what we think, but he does care about his pocketbook. You know, that's a big draw. You know, he's on every commercial and everything regarding the Raiders. So I don't think we're going to lose him anytime soon. Hey, Bueno's in the building. What's up, Bueno? Glad you can make it. So, you guys, like I said, I watched a lot of college football yesterday. I watched all day some games and picking out games that the quarterbacks that are coming out. And nobody really jumps at me like, yeah, we can use him. I like Norris. He had a good game, but you know, he might be a workable quarterback. He can run. He has a deep threat. He got a deep ball. He can do everything. So, you know, well, let's see, Rosetown. Yeah, man, looked he didn't look like a quarterback yesterday. It was that defense that shut him down. But anyway, man, I don't think it's coming out anyway. He's probably going to stay another year. Rosetown. Yeah, all these quarterbacks should stay another year. And I think some of them are. I think the guy from Oregon, Morris, he's going to stay another year. I don't think he's coming out. Who else? There's a couple other quarterbacks that's not coming out. But the quarterbacks that have to come out, who do you think? I just want to say to draft any quarterback and waste a draft pick, because stand now we're at number 6. So you talk about getting a 6th pick, and here he is. Hey, Daddy.
Salute. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up? Marcus Banks, much respect, brother. Thanks for coming in. Here's Jason. He's here.
And B.
So let's talk about quarterbacks. Who do you see? Who do you see as quarterback?
I like Mendoza, man. I like just how he operates, just kind of straightforward, straight to it. Sellers was one of my guys, and like yesterday, I don't know, that was a rough one. They were up. Yeah, they were up, and then I didn't even know they lost till this morning. I thought they had got that was crazy.
Yeah, I saw the end of the game. I'm like, wow. And it was a good game. He played pretty good.
Yeah, and then Simpson didn't have too good of a game.
Nah.
But yeah, it was a rough day yesterday. Give me 1 second.
There's your biggest cheerleader right there. Who looked tired? Jason? Yeah, you probably up all night trying to take care of that little one. There she is. Hey guys, we got a special guest, Amara, the future Raider Nation, future Raiderette.
Yeah, future baller.
Yeah, so they got a couple of key matchups today. I'm interested in watching. The Colts and the Chiefs play today. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
And also, who else was playing? Oh, they don't play today. I'm sorry. That's next week. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Broncos and Chiefs play today. I looked the wrong schedule. The Broncos and Chiefs play today. That's gonna be a wild game. They're playing in Arrowhead. No, and they're playing in Denver. So that's gonna be a
Oh,
wild
yeah.
game. I mean,
Yeah.
since we're 2-7, it doesn't really affect us at all. Unless they start losing every game, we make a mad push and go undefeated the rest of the way. It doesn't really impact us. But
So you think there's a chance?
Raider fans don't want to see Chiefs winning. We know that. I'm not gonna root for Denver. I'm not. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't like Denver. I don't like Chiefs. I don't like Chargers. So to me, if you had to pick on that game, who would you pick?
For them to both lose, but like I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's tough because I really don't want neither of them to win. But um, it sucks too because we go against these teams and everything like that, and like we have a hatred, and what I'm saying. But it sucks because we're not even. I mean, because really it doesn't even matter, to us. But I mean, we would have a better chance of. Goodness, it's tough. We can't. We got to catch somebody, but we're all the way back. So
Yeah,
oh
we way back.
yeah,
We're not even sitting. We're not even sitting at the back of the bus. We still at the bus stop. That's what
yeah,
waiting. The bus
and
already passed us by. So
yeah,
I don't want to see Chiefs winning anything. I don't want to see them in the playoffs. So with that being said, I guess Denver. You won't see me celebrating and rooting for them. I'll tell you that right now. But I just want to see Chiefs do anything. I'm tired of them. Sick and
yeah.
tired.
Yeah, it's about time for somebody else. But see, I think we talked about that too, like weeks ago. That every team has had their rotation. Like it's been the Broncos had their time, um, the Chiefs had their recently or having their time. The Chargers, I guess I don't know, maybe they're next, but I don't know. It seems like it's just a rotation that we've been waiting our turn, but I think we got to just start taking it. But the thing with how we say with the quarterback thing, it's not the point of the quarterback being the next Patrick Mahomes or being the next Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. It's the fact that for us to build our team, we have to go the cheap quarterback route. Now that'll be drafting a quarterback that's good enough to get us through 3 years or more. You know what I mean? It's a good enough quarterback that we're not like, oh, this dude's done after the first year. It's giving your team enough to spread out, giving them time to focus on other parts of the team, like the defense or offensive line, whatever we need to do. But the more we go, we owe quarterbacks money every year because we get them, we won and done them, and then we're stuck with the bill. So we could never spread any money out to the rest of the team. So we need to do what every smart team does: get a quarterback that you trust, that can fit the system, that will be here at least 3 years. Unless injury or something like that. But getting someone that's going to be here so we could develop the rest of our team.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, you say get a quarterback and build around him. You know what? Because each quarterback has a different style of play. You know, there's no two quarterbacks the same in the NFL. They might look the same, but they're not the same. They each have a different spin on the ball. So you get a quarterback, you see what he's good at, what he can do, and then you build around that. You get the receivers around him. You get the running back around him. You get everything around him. You build around the quarterback. Without the quarterback, the team goes nowhere. Defense can do as much as they can, but if the quarterback can't move the ball, can't get rid of the ball, and not throw interceptions or fumble or anything like that, you're not going anywhere. And that's our problem. Our defense did a good job on a couple of these games this year. They held the team down. But the problem is our quarterback couldn't move the ball 3 and out, and then you wear the defense out. They can't score. They get down there and try to get a field goal, and we're missing field goals, seem like now, for all the time. We just never do that, but now we are. So defense, like I say, as soon as they make a good stop, 3 and out, they sit down, drink their whatever they drink, take a breather, then all of a sudden they're right back in there. So that has to stop. We need to get a quarterback, go on long drives, and not just kick a field goal, get a goddamn touchdown. And we don't do that because it seems like when they go out there, they're lost. Because I'm still pissed off at a third down and 2 and a quarterback sneak. What the hell was that? Who are you fooling?
That was crazy.
You get the quarterback draw. Yeah, okay, I can see that. But not a quarterback sneak. Who are you fooling? You can't even get a run 1 yard, and you're trying to get 2 on a good defense. Who are you fooling? Nobody. And that's the play call that pisses me off.
Yeah. There was another play too that I was like, "What?" But I can't remember because that one came and then that made me forget all about that one. Yeah, because I'm like, if anything, you're trying to get it an easier kick for Mariota, and that's why I say the fullback thing too. There's some teams that use a fullback, but for some reason, and it's crazy because the year that Josh set the record, or he had, he set the record that year. Basically, he basically we had a fullback, and then the next year we go away from that. So we go away from the fullback, and then of course we struggle. And then that frees up another, either receiver, because we don't have to have a tight end. We could have our tight end out instead of in there blocking. But just something just to give, because if he's getting hit in the backfield, maybe that'll alleviate some of that, that contact there in the backfield. And then that way he can, maybe do something. Because if they keep running up the middle like that, it's crazy. Because he's not, he's the littlest guy, even though, he can take a licking, but you don't want to run him into the teeth of the defense. You know what I'm saying? Into the biggest part of the defense where he'll just get swallowed up. Get him to the outside, make them big boys move.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because, if the offensive line can't block that well, the fullback will help out. He can help, like, hit that linebacker who's coming up the middle or that safety and help out. And plus, he can go out and catch some passes, too. Like they had back there, that Reese guy. Yeah, he was awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it depends on the offensive coordinator and the head coach. Do they need a fullback? I would say the way it looks now, a fullback would help out very much. Because if the offensive line can't block, create those holes, then Genty is just standing back there just waiting to get tackled in the backfield. A little finicky today, huh?
Yeah. She was trying to get some input in on that last comment.
Yeah, like Frank Weber says, predictable play calling offense is our biggest problem. Everything else trickles down from there. Yeah. Well, they tried to throw on first down and didn't work out. But when you run Genty, supposed to be that generational running back, but he's not. You can't blame everything on Genty. I can't. It's that line. He's trying his best. The good run he had, they called back because of a holding call. But other than that, and that was the outside run. Stop running him down the middle because our offensive line is not blocking the middle. Did not create any space for him to run. Every running back needs a little space. There's only one guy I remember in history that don't need space, and that was Earl Campbell. But you see what happened to him. His career got cut short because it got, banged up. So,
Yeah.
but you gotta give space. You gotta, if they can't get space, then run them outside. Let them use the speed and the strength to get outside. Block, tight ends block the edge, seal them off, and let them go outside. That's where he had that big run. But no, he did
Yeah.
that, and they got away from it. Like, whoa, it worked.
Yeah.
So why you stop doing that? You're not fooling the defense. They're reading everything you're doing. They can see what you're doing. So you're predictable. It's like Frank Weber said, you're predictable. We know
Yeah.
what you're gonna do.
And by us not running a lot, you know what I mean? When you see Genty, you're like, okay, they're gonna run it. And it's just easy to dissect, man. Like it's that's why I like that they're using Mostert a lot now, but they should have used him a lot, in the beginning, because it adds another element. Like it's another weapon that you have to pay attention to. And if anything, they'll probably watch Mostert a little bit better than they'll watch Genty. You know what I mean? Because he could catch the ball. That's one thing I know Genty can catch. He did good in college, but like I've seen him a lot of the times they showed him in practices and stuff like that. He was dropping, swing passes and stuff like that out of the backfield. So that's why I worried about that part, because if he could do both, oh my goodness, because that's a part of the game that even if our running game is struggling, we can just get him out on little routes where he could just do like a little not China route, but Texas, like a Texas route.
Yeah. Well,
You know
I
what I
was
mean?
on
Have him
watching.
running.
I was watching the Skins and Fins, and
Mhm.
Mariota just took off for like a 40-yard run.
Yeah.
He was a Raider, and he's not here now. I'd have been happy if we would have kept him.
Yeah.
You
I,
know,
I just fear if he comes over here, then he's gonna be terrible. You know what I mean? Like once he comes back, then all of a sudden. But
oh, I'm
I
saying you should have kept him anyway. I don't
yeah,
know why I didn't resign him, but that's a different story, different regime, blah blah blah.
yeah,
But he just took off a 40-yard run. He just looked and just took off. That's kind of stuff we need.
yes,
It's like that,
yeah,
where he's not just sitting back there getting in the backfield, where he's a threat to run.
yeah.
You know, we don't have that threat to run. Hey, what's up, Raider Ben? What's going on, brother?
That's
Salute.
why I like Sellers. Like not that he's all that as far as like arm wise, but I just want to add that element to our quarterback room, like somebody that can when they run the RPOs, they're not gonna really even know who's gonna keep the ball, because both can get it and do damage. With Geno, it's like if you run an RPO, 80% of the time it's going to go to Genty. It's not, he's not going to be running. So, and that limits our offense. It limits how the defenses approach us and how they attack us. So that's why I just want just that element. I haven't seen it since Terrell Pryor. I mean, Mariota, that short time we had with
Yeah.
him, but since Terrell Pryor was the only speedy quarterback that we had, unless she remembers one that I'm forgetting.
No,
Who am I
I haven't,
forgetting?
I haven't seen. Well, what you want to do is you want to keep defense on the back of their heels. If it's 3rd down and 4, they say you just passing down. But if you got a quarterback that can take off and run, they got like, okay, is he going to run? Can he run? If he break containment, he'll take off and run. We don't have that. We have with defense now just pin the ears back. Oh, we know what they're going to do. Exactly what they're going to do, and they do exactly what the defense thinking they're going to do. You got to have an element of surprise out there to make sure defense doesn't guess the right play. Because I'm looking at like it's predictable. It's like there's no. I thought we were gonna have a wide open offensive scheme. Not necessarily trick plays, but just a wide open scheme where the defense is like, wow. Or the announcer in the booth like, wow, we didn't see that coming, and they got a touchdown. But we don't have that. Yeah, Rich, I agree with you. We need to beef up that old line. So It looks like I don't know. Caleb Rogers might not even play Monday night because they tell him Parham's coming back, and then they're gonna put their boy Kappa out there.
Oh
So
Lord.
that's it for that. And with Dallas, what they did to the defensive line, yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare of a game. Nightmare. I don't
So you
see us
saying
winning.
there's a chance?
I'm a Raider fan. I'm a Raider fan through and through, but I don't see us winning that game. Now with this offensive line. And
Yeah.
plus,
Unless
with their receivers, man, our DBs they're gonna get the best test of the year this year, this game.
yeah.
So I don't. They might can pull it off. Anything can happen on any given Sunday or Monday night, whatever day it is, Monday Night Football. But I don't see it. I'm looking through the whole thing and like the average points, the scores, the drives, and everything else. And each offensive category they beating us.
So you saying there's a chance?
There's always a chance.
Yeah.
Like I said, anything can happen. Uh, the way Pete was talking the other day, I'll call a little bit of that press conference. I'm tired of watching him being drunk on Geritol and talking whatever, dude. But look like Parham is coming back. Now, she's mad about that. I don't blame you, little lady. Shit, I'm mad too.
Yeah, she mad too. She don't like that.
Say what? No Rogers?
She's like, fine.
Yeah, Parham was coming back, and then they're gonna put Kappa out there.
Say Kappa. Oh, that's what she was mad about. She said Kappa.
Yeah.
Kappa. Sorry, it's okay. It's okay. It's only for a little bit. Only for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel that too. We're gonna make the Cowboys front line look like all stars. So
Yeah, this will be a rough remaining.
yeah, let's see how many interceptions Geno throws, how many sacks. We had 7 sacks last time he played, 6, 7 sacks.
I'm gonna say 2. Not that I'm, I feel like I feel I don't know. When there's so much. I don't even know where to start. I don't in fact I'll take that back. I think they are actually gonna get better just way too late. Just as the last 4 games, you'll see them kind of getting kind of on point, but it'll be way too late. But I do want us to just somehow get better. But I understand for what we need to do that we're right on track. Because even if it's not for a quarterback, whatever we get a top pick or whatever, we still got the action to trade back. And get more picks. Because I mean, we need help in a lot of places. So it's not one position is not going to change everything, but it will help if we put the right attention in the right places. And like the main, like I see pretty much QB, well actually for QB, O line for Colt Miller's future, star DB, and then a real free safety, like a roaming free safety. And if we can tackle those positions, we get light years better moving into next year. Like if we hit on those, then we're at least moving in the right direction.
Well, Richard, as it stands right now, today we're number 6, so we'll find out after Monday night where we stand in the draft. I don't think anybody above us is going to need a quarterback except for the Jets, maybe Miami, but they're behind us right now.
Yeah.
So, and in this draft, it really it's not that many quarterbacks are really coming out. They have some coming out, but to me, none really moved that needle for me, my opinion. But then again, if you do come out, they pick him in a say they draft a quarterback like Norris at number 6. Let's say that he's not going to start, and everybody's always like hollering, "Well, you pick him early in the draft, he should start." Yeah, sometimes that works out, but not all the time, especially with a quarterback. Because you remember Drake May, he was picked early, but he didn't start till later in the season. I think he did start, but he got hurt. But a lot of times you can pick quarterback early, but you don't have to throw him out there right away because you picked him high. I know some people are saying that, hey, you was drafted number 6 overall, you should start. Well, yeah, he should be ready. It's nobody in college is really ready to come play professional football right away. Well, especially at that position. Maybe the offensive lineman will be ready. Sometimes they're not ready. Maybe a running back. Yeah, I can see that. And maybe some other players that could be ready right out of college. Quarterback, it takes a little time because you got to remember a lot. You look at the quarterback that were superstars. Their first year wasn't really all that. It took them a couple of years to get to the swing of things. So
Yeah.
I would say, he's there, grab him, and then later rounds build around him. Build get some offensive linemen. Get a real true center who plays center all his college career, not a guard who moved to center last year, or get a guard and move to center. I say get a center that's been playing his whole college career. Well, that's my thinking, my philosophy. Call me wrong, call me, whatever you want to call me. But I think they should draft a center and a guard because they got Grant is supposed to be Cole Miller's, replacement in time, but we haven't seen anything. We haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we haven't heard his name, like really, nothing like impressive, like where Charles Grant is turning heads at, none of that.
none of that. You know, so yeah, I still, they got a lot to do. They got a lot to build for. I mean, wide receivers, maybe they can grab another one. A nice receiver because, like I said, Thornton and Best being a second round pick, not show me anything. And if he's second round pick, like everybody say, well, if you give him the first round, second round, he should be playing. Well, look at Best. He's not playing. He's a second round pick. Now he was barely out there. He was out there recently, but he hasn't done anything to impact the team. So, yeah, Miller got Miller was out there. He was playing, but he was balling out. So he's milking out because he's hurt. So, what so I see you saying, Rich Snyder, get that big contract. I'm hurt. I don't want to play no more. No, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, and then I seen something where they said he was supposed to try to come back this year. I mean, stay healthy. Just come back with a vengeance next year, man. Like, because there's nothing to fight for this year. Like, to be honest, like there's nothing, worth losing him again, for another season. It's not worth it.
Yeah, he was hurt last year, the year before he was his shoulder. So Miller has been hurt quite often.
Yeah.
That is showing one thing. Whoa! Look at his hands pretty good. That's to show one thing that when you get up in age, the injuries start piling up. That means it's time to retire or take a step back. And like I said, they drafted Grant. No word. They drafted Rodgers. I don't know if he's going to play or not. The way Pete Carroll's talking about, Horn was coming back. Yeah, are you proud of that? Oh, and I say put him out there. I got a disagreement with a couple of guys the other night. Like, why not? Say why not put him out there? Well, what we got to lose? Let's see what he can do. We're not going anywhere. We're not fighting for a playoff. We fighting for a playoff spot? Maybe not. We're not fighting for anything. Only we're fighting for to get what pick order what pick we're gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we're not fighting for anything. Put him out there, see what we got. So that way he can learn. Put him on the fire.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the guys we have are ready. So what's the difference? Like they're saying, oh, and they're not ready. Okay, well, our guys don't look ready either. So,
Yeah, go out. Yeah, stacking all the line. You're right. Hey, go out there and get free agent. Go and sign some of these guys. Go ahead and draft some. Let them battle it out. The best man win. Not favoritism, because I heard some reports that Pete Carroll had favoritism towards his players. Well, yeah, a lot of coaches do. So, get the best guy out there. Get rid of the damn ego. Because we had a coach like that before, but they're doing good over there. But I don't want to talk about them at all. But He's calling some plays. But but then again, the team was already built, so it wasn't that much he had to bring in. They did bring in more defense. They did offense. Make a couple of offensive players.
Let me find out Mark Davis was playing with Barbie dolls when he should have been watching football.
You tell me Barbie dolls or action figures? Because guys love action figures.
I hope at least Army Men or something.
The G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, do something. Yeah, man. Yeah, and they'll talk to you after the show about something.
For sure.
They should have stacked up on linemen for the future. They drafted 2, and right now we haven't heard anything from them. Nothing.
Yeah.
Because I remember Cole Milner drafted in, everybody said, "Oh, he's a bust his first year." Yeah, he looked that well, but then the second year, stepped it up, and that's what we need to do. That's what you do. Put him out there. See, he might suck. Yeah, okay. But then next year he might be like, yeah, I learned from that last year. I know what techniques I need to work on. I know what my weight should be, and my hands what it should be at from playing against the real guys, not the third and fourth stringers like in preseason. Put him out there, let him learn. This is a good opportunity to play because the Dallas defense line got tougher. This is a good thing to do out there. If he is really that bad where he's getting your quarterback or running back hurt, all right, then pull him, man. So you know what? Okay, you did your best, but you got to do some more work. We'll pull you. That I don't know. That probably messes confidence up. Hopefully it doesn't. But you got to give him a chance. We got nothing to lose. We're not gonna win. We're not gonna win. I don't see us winning. Maybe one game, maybe coming up. Hopefully. But I don't see us winning any more games. I don't see us making a push for the playoffs, not at 2 or 7. They had to win 8 straight games to even think about making the playoffs. And that's not going to happen. Not with this team anyway. It has happened before, but now with this team, the way it's going.
Yeah, we'd have to stack 2 in a row first. And then, actually one. Let's try one first.
1 in a row. Yeah. At least win one game at a time.
Yeah. And it's like I'm gonna try to look at the positive that hey, we're gonna get a real good player at the end of this season come April. But that's the thing. We need it's what we need. Because picking 24, 20, first or 20th won't really help us. If we truly want to get better, let's get top 5 talent and add that, because look we got Genty, we got Bowers, the last 2. Let's go for 3, man. Let's go for 3 stars and see what that does for us. That dude, Arvell Reeves, I'm seeing it's so crazy because I'm so tempted, but it's we have to stay focused, man. We cannot look at other if it's either quarterback or O-line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we want to be tempted by, the defensive guy and everything, but defense is not our problem. We will have a defense that will stop everybody and we can't score points. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to stay focused. We have to get this line better because the line will open up everything. Even if it's Geno, even if they don't go QB, I will, as long as they address this line, then I'm cool with that because I know that's the core issue of everything. That's the reason that we can't stay on the field. That's the reason we can't complete third downs. That's the reason we have a 2-7 record right now. And it's we can't push nobody around. We get pushed around. So until that changes, I don't expect any wins in the win column because nothing changed. We could do all this stuff, sprinkling this around this, and bring in Lockett, switch Geno's throwing stance, like whatever it is, unless we just imported some guys from this team, that team, to improve this line, then what do we expect to change?
None. It's the same old book, same old story. You keep reading the first page and keep reading the things that the story going to change, but it doesn't change the same story. You can't block. You're getting pushed back in the backfield on the snap count. The defense line knows snap count because then the backfield so quick. Like, Jesus Christ, they're backed in the back, and there's no lanes being opened up by the line. and you keep continually run down the middle. What what's that saying? Trying the same. The definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing and get the same results. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. It's not gonna work. It didn't work before. Then then why you keep doing it? Run outside. Let Genty use his what's it say? Tackle breaking or breaking tackles. Um, to his thing. Let him go against a DB. See how DB stacks up or a safety. Who was the top offensive line in college? I haven't really looked that up yet. They have some good ones out there. As Richard Snyder asks. I'll probably look it up later on, probably like towards the end, when they start doing their bowl games. But they got some guys out there. You got a lot of old linemen coming out this year. We need to get some beefier guys out there.
Yeah, I want us to start poking around with teams now, like as in, like, hey, do you guys have any guards or any tackles you guys are getting rid of to move on, to a either younger guy or something like that, but still has, tread. Because I want us to how we plug in free agent quarterbacks. I would rather us plug in free agent linemen that know, that don't have to get stronger, that we don't have to wait for them a year to do, they can kind of just plug in. Kappa was over the hill. So, I know a lot of people talk about that. We tried that with Kappa, but the Kappa's like past his good days. So that's what I'm saying. We need to get someone that's maybe in that second contract, and then maybe, their team is going a different direction or, or something like that. But anything will be better than what we have. We just need, because our line is probably some team's practice squad. You know what I'm saying? Like our line is literally someone else's practice squad. So that's what I said. We need work. We've been plugging in things, but invest in the things that we need to invest in. The line will open up everything.
I agree. Yeah, I don't want no guy that's on his downhill as a NFL player. I don't want a guy like his career is like going this way. I don't want that guy. We have that guy right now. We have a couple guys like that right now. Well, we can draft, we can get some guys in every, because some of these teams are going to like draft new offensive linemen. And they probably not going to sign a contract for these guys, a big contract. But I'm tired of doing the rinse and repeat. Recycle. These guys like they're on their downhill thing of their playing time, like Kappa is, and we pick him up and give him all that money. Why we pay Kappa that much money when he was ranked the worst offensive line last year, and you signed him to $11 million? What are you guys thinking of? I say this. I think Kappa has some on Spy Tech or Brady because he did play with them guys. He probably has something. He's like, yeah, if you don't sign me to this much money, I'm gonna go and let it all out. Yeah.
He's I know what you did.
Uh-huh.
He's I know what you did, Tom. So give your boy a chance.
Yeah. Did he win his grievance? I don't know. That's how they still going at it. But yeah, well, they got it. They're gonna pay him. They should have kept him there. Shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Tell them, hey, stop it. Stop your coining. Stop acting like a kid and play football. We're paying you. So anyway, you guys, thanks for coming in. We're not in the show yet, but make sure you hit the like and subscribe and notification buttons from my show. It's Chris4Raiders podcast. And also my main man over here, Red Nation Jason. I'm like 106, 107 away from the magic 500. And I want to get there. So, yeah, I don't know. I gotta see how the season ends. We were did mock draft Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I picked a quarterback. Norris was there. I took him. But they're so cool. They talking about that guy from Notre Dame, Carr. I said, do we need another car on our team? I don't know if he's even coming out. I don't know if he's eligible to come out. Um,
Yeah, I don't like how they're pushing us towards these. Like, if it's not a top three quarterback, then why would we? You know what I mean? Like, what? Unless we're rolling the dice like a with Brady, or like how Purdy was like just a lucky lucky late draft pick. But I mean, why do they keep pointing us in the direction of like anything outside of like a third round or second round? We need, we deserve the best, man. We deserve top two, whatever it is. I mean, we earned it, so you know what I'm saying? We earned it with our play, so we need to get the best of the best, whatever that looks like, whatever that means.
yeah, well, we can get that, but we got to make sure that we have the right coaching staff to develop him because he come out of college and he's not going to start right away. I mean,
Mhm.
that's obvious. Unless he did what Carr did a while back when he beat Matt Schaub out for the starting
Mhm.
job. Other than that, they could possibly get a quarterback can beat Geno Smith out, possibly, but he still got to develop him. But it doesn't matter who we get, a top three quarterback or a bottom three quarterback. I don't care. If the old line can't protect him, it's useless. We can't develop a running game where we have to throw a ball 50 times a game. And then this guy's like 25 out of 50, for 108 yards. And he's basically useless, you know. So there's going to be a situation where if you don't get the O line fixed, a quarterback doesn't matter. We can have the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. So what? He's getting sacked every time, throwing interceptions, and getting fumbles, and no, it doesn't make any sense. Ohio State and Bama have good quarterbacks. Well, Ty Simpson looked that good yesterday, but they did play a good defense. I mean, he looked all right, but couldn't get the win.
Yeah, I can't wait to see playoff time because that's where because even C.J. Stroud, he really brought his stock up during that playoff time, like because it was his will to win. Like, yeah, the other teams were probably the more popular or experienced or talented, but when it came down to it, he did not want to lose, and he pretty much kept them in that.
Yeah.
So, that's what I look for. Like, yeah, the arm talent, all that kind of stuff is good too, but I look at your will to win because in the NFL, like, you're going to get discouraged. Things aren't going to go the way that, you practice and everything like that. And just how things have gone for us, we need that a little bit more when, like, it looks like there's no way. We need you to make a way out of no way. That's why I want a mobile quarterback. That's why, like, I would like just to have him, even if he's not just because we know Gino's going to be here next year and we're going to have him, and they're going to hope that he's going to get better. And maybe he did so bad this year that there will be some improvement next year. But I want to see Sellers in the room, even if we get another quarterback behind him too, just to make sure we have, what's going on in the league. We have mobile quarterbacks. Someone was mentioning earlier the Tua, they were waiting for Tua to get 2 yards so they get, win, right? And but Tua's probably on restriction from running. But I mean, if it wasn't for that, remember him before that? Tua was running around trying to, get these first downs and stuff like that. But just due to his health, that changed the way they approach that. But around the league, these guys can move, they can scramble, because I mean that will free up the rush. They can't just rush, ears back. They would have to, make sure that he's not breaking out. You see Mariota breaking out in this game.
Hey, he just ran
So
a good run. Well, you said you have a
yeah,
tool running around that open up the running game because, like I said earlier, you have the defense have to worry about that. If this guy escaped the pocket, he's gone. So when your quarterback just standing back there like a statue and getting hit, the defense like, oh, okay, he's not gonna run. We can keep an eye on him. And that's what I thought Gino could do when he got here. He hasn't done it yet.
hmm
You know. Yeah, man, he had a couple of good runs, but it didn't mount to anything. But we get that threat. Oh, they're going for his fourth down and go for Miami. Going for the fourth down.
But why would they? It's 4th and goal though. Why would they? Why don't they
Yeah,
just kick?
and there's a minute left.
Why would you not kick it? See, that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of stuff that like
And they
worries
didn't get
me.
it. And they didn't get it. Now it's the tie game. That's stupid.
That's hella dumb.
Unless the kicker's hurt. But that made no sense. Now they go
I
to
mean,
now you're gonna field goal and win the game.
hey, I'm like, that's crazy.
That's what I'm talking about. Like some of these calls don't make sense these days. The
Yeah,
analytics. Fuck the analytics. Excuse my language.
yeah.
The
Oh,
analytics. Oh, play
the,
football
anal-
like football should be played.
the analytics is 3 points is more than 13, or 16 is more than 13. And if you're deep, I don't see. That's the thing. You have to have confidence in your defense because that's slapping your defense in the face,
Mhm.
saying now you're expert. Now you got to turn to them and say, hey guys, hold them to let's not let them get a field goal after you just put the ball back in their hands. I would be pissed if I was on defense. I'm like, what are we fighting for? You know what I'm saying? Like that. Now that looks sus.
Yeah.
No, unless Mike McDaniels just wants to get the hell up out of there, and he's just like, hey, because that's crazy. You take the points every time. If I
Yeah.
was up 3 in that position, okay, maybe because if I put 7 on the board, that's 10. That's 2 possessions. That'd be the only way I would do that. But not if I'm tied up and it's 4th and goal. Hell no, we taking the points.
Now
I'm
this
a
went they went for 2 yard line now almost to the 33. So another 20, 30 yards, they're in field goal range. And there's a game.
he might be
I
fired after this.
That was a stupid call. I would kick the field goal. That forced him to have to kick a field goal to tie it or a touchdown to win it. But now you give him opportunity to win the game. At 2 yard line, that's a chip shot. I can see that at 50, but they had a 2 yard line. That's the kind of crap we do. That's
Exact.
the
Thank you.
same
That's why
thing
I'm
we
like,
do.
that's more like a Raider move right there.
Yeah,
Like, why would you? Yeah, because analytics, if they call it real analytics, if you score a field goal, they would have to. I don't know how many timeouts or whatever they got right now, but you would have to make them work. And I don't
actually,
know. I would
they
take my chances.
they use the last timeout. They have no timeouts.
That's crazy. And which is stupid because say if you do stop them, you would still need that damn field goal to win. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like even if the logic means it makes no sense at all. Because like even if you say you do stop them, okay, you could have won it if you kicked the dang field goal because they're still going to get the ball back and it. Better. Well, if you had to kick the field goal, they would have better field position, but you would have it would have been more pressure.
They want to kick it off to him now, waste the clock too.
Yeah, that part.
Unless they
Yeah, I
interfere.
don't understand that. That's crazy.
It don't make any sense. But like I said, the analytics. So we care about the analytics. How about we play football like we used to play football? We had no such thing as analytics back in the day. We just played smash mouth football, and that makes sense. Because some of these teams, what they do is like, why are you guys doing that? But that's today's football. You know, it's all about show. Make it exciting. That's what it's about. So they can bring in more money. But you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, yeah,
it was a fourth down and goal in inches. It was a fourth down like almost 2 yards. It was inches, maybe quarterback sneak, but no, there was 2 yards to go. Yep, there we
yeah.
go. Yep, there it is. Now he round of bounds. Now they're just about in field goal range to win the game. To win the game.
They
And
can talk about this.
if they miss it, okay, fine, they go to overtime. So that's kind of silly shit. I say, why? No wonder you guys are 3-7. I know why we're
Yeah,
2-7.
and they about to be 3-8, or no, yeah, 3-8.
Yeah, it's hard to win a game with one good play. Easy to lose a game with one bad play. Exactly, Mr. Weber. Exactly. One bad play can cost you the game. One good play could get you the ball down the field, but not necessarily win the game. But one bad play will cost you the game.
Facts.
Yeah, that is some facts. Thanks, Mr. Weber, for that. Anyway, what time we got? Let's see. We got about what? We're gonna do this an early show. I know you gotta get back to your daddy duties.
Oh yeah, and she gave me a little break. She's sleep right now.
Oh, she is? Oh, right.
Yeah,
Rod's been the show. I'll go sleep now. The show's
yeah,
over.
okay. Yeah, as you can see from my hair, y'all. Excuse me, but yeah, it was
Ooh,
a rough night. But
let's see. I'll call you back later.
I'm still excited for, even though I know what it is. Like, I'm still excited for Raider football because even though the end result, I still look for everything in between. Like, us at least. I just want the chemistry, like I talked about last time. I want the chemistry with the wide receivers to get extremely better. If it's just getting like with Thornton, you see they started him off with a short route, and then they next one was a deep route, which he got open and he dropped it. But I want to see them get him more comfortable underneath, get him just some medium range, some short passes, just to get him comfortable, and then just get in a good rhythm. Like because that's unfair for Gino to be pretty much throwing 50-50 balls and not getting him a real chance to. Well, I mean, like I said, he put it in his hands. So, but as far as rhythm, like you can't just throw to him every other quarter and expect him to, be in. You got, as a receiver, you got to feel the ball in your hands. Pause if needed, but you got to get into that rhythm. You have to, because it's you have to be in a place that where you guys are on the same page. The quarterback has to know where you're going to be, and you can't develop a rhythm one pass per quarter, and that's us not being on the field long enough too. And then us just trying to, okay, well, shit, we might not be on here for a couple plays, so we got to do what we got to do right now, or what I'm saying, or it might be a long day, and that's a lot of pressure. So just get him comfortable. Just, you see other teams do it to us all the time. They nick us to death. 5 yards here, 6 yards here, little, what I'm saying, and that's enough. You do that twice, you got first down. That, I don't know why we don't focus like that. Just get 5-yard plays, 6-yard plays. You do that a couple times, you got first downs. Even if you miss it on second, you can still come back, get another 5. Nick them, stay on the field, rest your defense. Defense can come out on fire. It's simple, man. Simple.
What happened here? Oh, they got the ball back. 10 seconds left.
How the hell?
I missed it. I don't know how they got the ball back. The Dolphins did.
That's crazy.
So
No,
let's see.
watch him miss the kick though.
Oh no, it's like 4 seconds left. They're on their side of the field. So
Hey,
it's probably gonna be overtime.
What's funny? If they had to kick that field goal,
Yeah, the game been over with.
I'm just saying. I don't get it. And I bet everybody in that general manager office is like, why did you not just kick the field goal? Like, what? So they probably fired him already. They're probably, no matter what happens, unless he does win. But if you lose this game, bro, I think it's over for him. But I think he's eyeing something probably somewhere else anyway. He might, because with the college coaching jobs coming up. That's why I think Chip's really not tripping. He's like, I'm gonna wait till like a good opportunity comes around, and then I'll be out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't see him as a Raider, man. I really don't. I don't. When I see him, he's like that one that sticks out, that doesn't belong. And he might have the talent, but he doesn't fit we're a team of rebels. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we do, do things semi-organized, but for the most part, we always had our own swagger. And I think that doesn't fit Chip and his everything has to be his way and detail. You know what I mean? Like, we just have to let these players be themselves. Shady McCoy was one of, like, I like the way, just if we had a back like that, I just like the way he's agile as hell. And just the way, he would talk about just like anything that they were good at, he would just go away from and try to mold them into another type of player. I'm like, man, let them be them. You got so much speed on this team, it ain't funny. And it's like he doesn't, I don't know. I don't get it. But I feel like he's pretty much,
I'm gonna say one thing. I've seen some of the plays he designed. They look pretty good. That one play that took out that touchdown was a well-designed play. It's not that; it's the execution, Pat. The mistakes that we're making. the execution, dropping balls everywhere, not not getting the right blocking assignments. There's a lot of small things that goes in that. Chip Kelly could be a good offensive coordinator. It's that he don't probably have, to me, the right players or right mindset for the players to execute the plays he has. The main thing, like I said, is that old line. If he had a better old line, he probably opened the playbook a little bit more. Because I thought I was gonna see some trick plays. They can't even run the simple plays, the basic stuff. So they ain't gonna do no trick, maybe now and then. But I think, like you said, Chip Kelly might be like some opportunity. But then if he fails here, nobody gonna hire him. His goal is to be head coach someday back in NFL. So if he performed badly here, they don't think he'll want him. Plus, they have a history with players, a bad history with some players. So there it is. I don't think he'll be head coach NFL anytime soon. He probably do have to go back down to college ranks. He tried that at UCLA, didn't work out. So his best bet is the offensive coordinator, and then do as best he can, because some people are made to be head coaches, some are not. And we can see by McDonough. He's a bad head coach, but he's a good offensive coordinator. So do the job you're good at. You're not gonna hire a welder to install a what was it called that what's that thing called, sheetrock in your house. A drywall. Yeah, I'm a welder. Well, can you install a drywall? I'm a welder by trade. But can you do a drywall? You're not gonna hire him to do that. You're gonna hire a drywall expert to do the drywall. That's what I'm saying, though. They'll put it in a position where you're not good at.
Yeah, and nothing changed. Like I don't see them making no changes as far as looking, bringing in, people to work out and all this kind of stuff. But if a wide receiver gets hurt or something like that, they bring in, a couple guys. But it's weird. Like I don't, unless they're so confident in the guys that they got coming up behind with Grant and what's his face, like that. I think that
Rodgers.
basically, yeah, I feel like either they're set on, because why would you not bring in help in the because I know we all see it. We all see that the line needs, and then especially with you losing JPJ, you losing your best tackle with Miller, and then I mean, you would think they would be scrounging up, whatever they could, but I just don't see no action.
That's a drywall season. I did before. I was just using that for I can't think of anything else. That was the example I'm using. But I'm not doing a game show. I ain't gonna do a game show style draw when they get to 500. So stay tuned for that. But I'm not there yet. I need 106, 7 more people. But yeah, I'm gonna do a game show like that. Yeah, I did drywall before. I just couldn't think of anything else. But stick at what you do best. Why? I don't see Chip Kelly being head coaching anytime soon, unless they groom him to be head coach of the Raiders, which I don't really want to see, because he had bad reps with players and stuff like that. I don't know if he's fit the Raider organization. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. But right now we have to be careful for at least 3 more years, unless something happens in between time. Unless he decide, I'm stepping down. But we have him. But we got to stop that now. Let's get a head coach to stick with us. Let's get a head coach to stick with us and build his system up. Because they're about to talk about Detroit Lions. Remember, they were when they got the head coach. Well, I forget his name. Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah, when they got Campbell, their first couple of years wasn't all that. But he stuck with got the draft picks, got the free agents, got the right quarterback, got all this. And look at them now.
Yeah,
they were almost ready to go Super Bowl that year, but they didn't. But they almost got there.
Yeah,
I would take almost than not. I would take almost getting there than not getting there at all over anything else. So it took them time, it took a couple of years. But what we do, we don't give the coach that time to develop his system, his personality into the game, into the football team. It's like, well, if you don't win, if you go 3-14 this year, you're fired. Well, give me a chance. I need my players, my style of players on this team, so I can run the way I want to run it. But if you won't give me the players, and then you come firing me, you know.
And especially like we keep every time we put that free agent quarterback in, or we bring a free agent quarterback in, and we can't, it's basically that's supposed to cover up, the holes that we have to kind of keep us relevant, but it does the opposite. It seems like everything we try to do as far as bringing like a free agent that not only is it somebody else's kind of leftovers, because look at the track record for I could confidently say last 5 quarterbacks. After Carr, like pretty much Jimmy G was leftover.
Old man
We
Hoyer.
got Hoyer, super leftover. We got Minshew was the Colts leftover. Gino was Seattle's leftovers. We got to stop paying left. That's why I want us to draft our own, because I'm tired of paying people for their leftovers.
Yeah.
Let's draft ours and trust in the talent. Get the most talented person at that position that is mobile, that can make plays, and we have the weapons. Make it simple for him. Just get it to these guys. Get it to them.
Here's something.
Maybe I play too much Madden, but I feel like we could open up some guys, man. Like we could get some stuff going, like with Tucker's speed and Thornton's speed. Like that should open up everything in the inside. You know what I mean? Like
here, I'm gonna cut you off. Here's something. An ex-Raider picked off another ex-Raider.
Did we get Jack Jones?
Yeah, Jack Jones picked off Mariota. 2 ex-Raiders going at it. Yeah, see that? When they go somewhere else, they do better.
Yeah. And see, Jack Jones is another one. We should have, like Jack Jones, Wilkins. If we're going to get rid of people, get something for them. Don't just let them go. That's talent. It's not like they're just, and I would have rather had Jack Jones on this team going into this year.
But I knew Jack Jones' days were numbered, because he was not, I don't know what happened in the locker room, what's going on. He took plays off, but I knew his days were numbered. Wilkins, I didn't see that. I knew because of the injury, and I was like, you know what? Shit, we're paying him money anyway. They look like he's gonna win his grievance. They're gonna pay him anyway. Shit, might as well cap him.
Yeah.
No. Might as well.
Because that would have been trade capital right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we might as well cap him and say, well, if he's out for season, okay, well, he'll still be back next year. Yeah, well, because now, we're suffering. Because we let people go and they go somewhere else and always do better.
Mm-hmm. Like I want us to bring back Stokes. That's one person I definitely want us to bring back. So we'll have some kind of foundation at DB where we're not switching out another year. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was consistent for us, and we need to build on that, because every year we seem to go to another lineup of DBs, like a whole new.
What's up, Chewy? Welcome to the show. Well, it's about that time. It's quarter till. We'll be ready for today's game. I'm gonna definitely watch the Doggies and Chiefs game, Chiefs, whatever you want to call them, game. And then little mama there getting like irritated. Say, all right, Dad, it's time. Hey, stick around back. I gotta talk to you about something. Anyway, any final thoughts on tomorrow? Because me and Jeff gonna do a watch party tomorrow. So if you have time, jump on in.
No, for sure. Yeah, my brother, he's actually a Cowboy fan, so
So most of my wife's outside family, they're Cowboy fans. So
yeah, we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect.
Exactly. Well, we're Raider fans, so we know we're not perfect now anyway.
Yeah. There's always a chance to shock the world, but until something changes with that line, I expect the same results.
Yeah, it's not. If it's not going to change this year. But like I said, since now you might as well put the rookies you drafted in there so they get some playing experience. So,
Yeah, get some
um,
burn.
like I said, I'm a Raider fan. Been a Raider fan for years. For shit, what's this? God damn. Well, I'm a Raider fan. 76. How many decades is that? That's like what?
Ooh. Let me say like 50 something years. 50.
Yeah, close to it. I, I, I lost track after 2 years. So yeah. But anyway, I've been a Raider fan a long time. I don't change my colors. They
That's
might
right.
do good. They might do bad. I'm not going to switch another team. That's a fair. That's a fair weather fan. You know, I've been through the frustrations. I've been through the happy times. But right now, I'm not. I'm frustrated, but I'm not that frustrated. The game's over. Yeah, Dolphins pulled it out.
That's crazy. So hey, that's so crazy because if we do that, if we did what he did, we would have lost that game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and that's so crazy because it really didn't affect them because they won, which is crazy. But you know,
Yeah. If we did that,
I
we would have lost the
still
game.
I
Easy.
still stand by my logic though. But
All right.
shout to Jack Jones.
So score predictions for tomorrow.
23-16.
Who?
We say, you
Them
know.
or
Oh well, we gotta say Raiders. We gotta say Raiders until they don't.
yeah, I got us losing that game. I hate that, and it burns me. I'm a dedicated fan, but it burns me to say that I don't see us winning that game. But the chance they can win if they keep the score down, maybe because we can't score points, so we got to stop them from scoring points. So
Yeah,
tomorrow's game could be like a 6-3 game, Raiders. That's a win. But if you let Dallas get over to get there and get 21, 28 points, we're pretty much done because we barely can get 20 points. Hey, football, you said Raiders. I don't have that. I'm trying to find one. Said Raiders. We just about to hop off because it's about that time to get ready for the morning games.
yeah,
My score prediction, I had Dallas winning. Of course, it pains me to say that I hate the Cowboys with a passion. That's the team I hate the most. America,
nice.
America's team. They don't fucking America's team. It's not my team.
Hey,
But I do want to see the Raiders win. We could pull it off. We could win if we don't do stupid mistakes, dumb plays. You know, a lot of them that build a confidence because it is at Allegiant Stadium, which I look at the ticket sales, it's 60-40 Cowboys is going to be there. It's not going to be a home game because the crowd's going to be loud for the Cowboys, not the Raiders.
yeah,
So home advantage, nah, it's not there. But like I said, if we can pull it off, I'll be cool. But if we
yeah.
don't, you know,
My thing with a home win is it's always good to send the other team back home on a long, sad trip. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, it's always, when we play at home, I just wish for that. Like, we have that confidence that we talking smack in the fourth quarter. Like, bye, you know what I mean? Have a long trip home because we already put up 20 plus.
well, we always have a
But
long trip home. Shit. So,
yeah,
yeah. Well, anyway, you guys make sure you, like I said, like, subscribe. Sorry for we're about to take off. Join us tomorrow. Me and Jeff are gonna we're not gonna have the Monday morning quarterback show like we normally do. We're gonna do the watch party, so we're gonna tie it together. Perhaps we'll do a Tuesday morning quarterback show if we win. If not, I don't know. It's up in the air. But stay tuned for that tomorrow. Um, then we also have a show Tuesday night with my man, Mayor Nick Jason.
yes, sir.
Not babysitting, but you can bring the baby on.
Oh
Then
yeah,
also with our other man from Central California, Chewy. It's called the Cover 3 Show. So stay tuned for that. That'd be 6:30 p.m. Pacific time Tuesday night. Other than that, after that, the show, I am taking a vacation
nice.
for 2 days.
Yeah,
Monday, Thursday.
nice.
Um,
Yeah,
any last
yeah.
words?
Appreciate everybody too. Frank Webb. Richard Snyder, Furpo, everybody, Raider Nation, man. Appreciate you guys stopping in and showing us love. Let's get Chris up there, man. He's almost there. Let's help him push. He's been a solid soldier for us. Let's get him there.
That's right. As always say Raiders. I gotta find that meme. What's it say Raiders so we can have that. Anyway, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Let's get the Raiders get that victory. I don't have us winning, but I want them to win. Damn it, I don't care. All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
It's the Sunday morning Pillagers show. Chris4Raiders